So hi everyone, I hope you're doing really well. Welcome to this video where we're going to give you some thoughts you should be perhaps considering if you're wondering about working with a sourcing agent to find you properties to grow your property investment business. And for those who might be very, very new, sourcers, deal traders, as they're also known, of other sort of titles, these are people that bring opportunities to you for a fee that you then go on and work with. So someone might come to us and here's a buy-to-let opportunity, we end up buying it and we own that property, but we've paid them a fee for it. And this comes on the back of course, the previous episode where I talked about the property that we have bought up north, working with a sourcer, and we have another project as well that we are in the process of buying with another sourcer. So these are some things you might want to consider. And I'm going to give you some questions now. If I do miss anything and we've got some more experienced people watching this, then please feel free to share those questions that you would add as well. And if you're completely brand new and some of the things I say you're not sure about, then please ask for clarification. I'll get back to you. So here are the questions, but I would really encourage, although I've given these questions for you to consider, the devil is in the detail, and it's your job really to be very careful listening to the responses. That will tell you all that you need to know. So what I do, I tend to say, so thanks so much for meeting me or having a chat on the phone. I'd love to know a little bit about what you do. And that's the perfect opportunity, in my opinion, for them to just have weapons free. They can say anything they like. It should be a very easy question for them to respond to. It's just what they've done. And then I tend to follow that up with, can you tell me about some of the deals that you have personally done? And I'm perhaps clarify this by saying, I don't mean opportunities that you've sourced on to someone else. I mean, these are deals that you have personally done. So if I'm speaking to someone who's, I might want to work with them because they're going to bring me a buy-to-let opportunity, personally, I'd like to know that they have done a buy-to-let deal. And then I say to them, well, can you tell me about some of the properties that you have done in terms of sourcing on opportunities to other clients? And they'll tell me about some of those. And then I'd like to respond by saying, can I speak to 3 of your past or existing clients? And I say 3 because I'm assuming that they've done more than 3 deals. Again, if they're right at the beginning and they've done nothing, then it's perhaps a question mark, maybe not an alarm bell, but it's a question mark. And you might legitimately turn around and say to me, yes, but Josh, if someone's done nothing, they might be really motivated to do a cracking job with you, to have your feedback and your review, which they can then share as some form of testimonial. So I understand that. But again, it's just a question to sort of open your eyes. And then I say to them, so these sound like really great opportunities. Do you mind me asking why you don't do these deals yourself? And a common response is, I just don't have the funds. So my common response to theirs is, well, presuming you had the funds, would you do more deals? And you really want them to say yes. And then you might want to say, well, look, I work with private finance. Would you be opposed to us perhaps, in theory, doing some form of joint venture arrangement and actually doing this opportunity? Because if it is such a good deal, they would be making more than their fee, which is somewhere between 2.5, 3.5, perhaps 5 grand for finding a property and bringing it to you. They should be saying, yes, if I gave you the funds, you should be doing this deal because you're going to earn more than your fee. And if it's a no at that point, that really is now an alarm bell, not just a question mark. And then I like to say, so you've got some really, it sounds like you've got some really great opportunities. It sounds like there's some exciting plans ahead. So do you mind if I just ask about your compliance? Now, all sources, all property traders should be compliant. So I'm really looking for them to say, yes, I am compliant and I am registered with HMRC for anti-money laundering regulations. I am registered with the Information Commissioner's Office, the ICO, for data protection because you're going to get your data to them. And then you want them to say, I am also a member of either the Property Redress Scheme, the PRS, or the Property Ombudsman, which is the TPO. And they should be, all sourcing agents, including estate agents and letting agents, have to be registered with one of those 2 bodies. It's law. And then I say, can I see a copy of your insurance, please? Now, I phrase that in such a way because it gives an opportunity to tell me about their insurance. Now, I already know that if you're a member of the PRS or the TPO, it's a requirement, one of their requirements is for you to have professional indemnity insurance. They should definitely have PI insurance. But I say, rather than saying, can I see a copy of your PI insurance? I say, can I see a copy of your insurance? They might also turn around and say to me, but I've also got public liability insurance too. And that's like a bit like in the previous question, sometimes it raises a question mark or a red flag. This one is a real green tick. It's like, yes, because you know they've really done belts and braces. So you know that they are compliant as they should be legally. And then I'd say, okay, well, it sounds like there's good opportunities potentially, and it sounds like you're compliant. So do you just mind walking me through the process, how this would work? And you really want them to sort of like, there's multiple steps in this process, and either you get an email with it on, or they should articulate it to you. Not in all the steps, because like 30 of them. I can talk about that. Again, that's an idea for a video perhaps, but if you'd like to know more, let me know in the comments. And I want to know what the steps are. I want to know that they've got a grasp of this. And then I tend to say, if it's not obvious, I then say, so at what point are any funds due from us to you, and what of those funds are refundable or not? So I want to know at what point is my money sort of getting at risk, so to speak. And I tend to like to close it off by saying, thank you so much for your time, really appreciate it. What happens if the unlikely event that this doesn't quite go to plan? Because if you've watched this channel before, I have said on many occasions in property, it's not if, it's when. So when things go wrong, what's the recourse? And it's a nice follow on from what happens in your list of stages of events. And then I like to say, finally, is there anything else I should be asking that I haven't already? And this is, I think, personally a great question, because they think, well, what should they know that I haven't already told them? And they're really putting themselves in my shoes, and then hopefully there's something comes out of that. So I hope you found this helpful and interesting. I hope it does make you feel a little bit more confident if you're thinking about working and growing your business using property sources. If you are experienced, then things I've missed, please share them. And if you're brand new and you're not sure about what I've just said at all, then ask for clarification. I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching. My name is Josh Harrison, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one.